Michael Lombardi recently came out and was kind of chastising Ron Rivera for his lack of, I guess, effort in wanting to pursue Lamar Jackson. Lombardi pointed out the facts that Ron Rivera had Cam Newton in Carolina and had success with Cam Newton for a number of years in Carolina. Specifically pointed out the comments that Ron Rivera made concerning the fact that Lamar Jackson didn't fit what the Washington Commanders are trying to do. And this prompted Michael Lombardi to say, wait a minute. Aren't you trying to do the same thing in Washington that you did in Carolina? And, here's the thing. Maybe they're not. Maybe they are trying to institute something a little bit different here in Washington. Depending on the personnel that you have. Ron Rivera came in. Now he hasn't. He inherited guys like Terry McLaurin. So it's not that he necessarily has brought in all of these guys, but I wouldn't dare say that he's necessarily brought in a Carolina offense, and maybe some people may argue to the contrary on that. Even still, here's the facts. And Lombardi points this out as well, but I mean, this is a big fact that you have to look at. With the change in ownership, simply put, you can't go out and try to make a big splash like signing Lamar Jackson. I mean, this is just something that's right now, if we were on the other side of it, yeah, the new ownership may say, do what you can do to get Lamar Jackson because he is a franchise quarterback. And I would be happy. I would love to have Lamar Jackson. But all of that aside, we're not in a position to get Lamar Jackson. I don't think financially right now we're in a position to get Lamar Jackson. But I think as well, I continue to have this notion that you have to develop your own. And I think Sam Howell showed us a lot in that last game against the Cowboys. And I think he showed us some stuff back in the preseason last year as well. And I think he's going to show a lot more come next season. I don't think that this is something where Sam Howell is a true fifth rounder and he's going to play like someone who should be a backup quarterback. A lot of people right now, they're hooking their trains to the fact that he's a fifth rounder. He got picked in the fifth round. Okay, Kirk Cousins got picked in the fourth round. Russell Wilson got picked in the fourth round. Russell Wilson has won a Super Bowl. Russell Wilson almost won 2 Super Bowls. So, you start to get into those mid rounds, it starts to get a little muddy. You start to get certain players who drop into those rounds for one reason or another, and you get people who honestly are top round talent, but because of maybe a physical attribute, they're shorter than what a typical quarterback should be, in the NFL, or was the case of the Pittsburgh Steelers draft last year. The draftee last year, his hands were small, stuff like that. So it's like that might be a bad example, but you get the gist, right? It's like people drop in the draft for particular reasons, and it's not because that their talent level matches perfectly that he is a tried and true fifth rounder, that he's going to be a backup quarterback. Now, Sam Howell may be a backup quarterback, or he may be a franchise quarterback. We don't know. but I think that you give him a chance. This is the reason why that our front office decided, you know what, he proved himself. He didn't show that he was a shaky, I am nervous, I'm playing like a rookie quarterback in that last game. Dallas Cowboys had all the reason to win that football game. They were going into the playoffs. They were playing for a particular playoff position, and they lost that game. They lost that game by a lot as well. So, Sam Howell had a very good game in that game. He played calm, cool, and collected. Yes, he did make a couple rookie mistakes, but other than that, he played really well in that game. And I think that took him into the offseason with a lot of confidence in himself. And so I don't see how bringing in a Lamar Jackson really helps our situation. Again, if we had the opportunity, yeah, I'm on board with Lamar Jackson. Love the guy. He's electrifying. He's everything that we wish that Robert Griffin III had been for us. But I agree with Ron Rivera on this. I don't think that Lamar does fit what we're trying to do at this point, because I think we have Sam Howell, who is also a mobile quarterback, who can show that he's got the arm. He's got the ability. He's got the fluidity of being able to move around in the pocket. These are things that were much needed for a quarterback in Washington. I think you go with Sam Howell. We've got a guy, Jacoby Brissett, who's going to push him, who could start some games, who could win some games for us. A very high-quality quarterback as well, a high-quality backup quarterback. I mean, you have got to roll with this. A lot of people feel like, no, we need a quarterback. We need somebody out of the first round. We need a big-name quarterback. We need a franchise quarterback. How do we know that we don't already have that on our team in Sam Howell? We all talked about last year how this was the steal of the draft. Getting Sam Howell in the 5th round, knowing that he was a much higher round talent, and we got him in the 5th round. A lot of us were talking about how it was a steal of the draft. And then he actually gets to play last year, proves that he can play in the league, at least in that game. Beats a division rival, and then suddenly we're not so sure if he can be our starter. I don't get that. You roll with Sam Howell, you see what happens, and guess what? If it doesn't work out, chances are Ron Rivera is probably gone after a year anyway. The new regime is going to bring in a new coach. That new coach is going to bring in a new quarterback. There's going to be changes anyway. So we're going to roll with Sam Howell. I have faith in Sam Howell. And if Lamar does wind up making it to D.C., great. Let's rally behind Lamar Jackson. Let's see what Jackson can do for us. But let's not lose sight. Let's not have amnesia about what Sam Howell can do for us. Sam Howell has the tools. So that's what I'm going to say about that today. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like it. Subscribe to the Washington Football Maniacs, please. I could use your subscriptions. Help the algorithm out by commenting on this video. And with that said, I will see you in the next one. Hey, you stayed until the very end. Thank you so much. Watch another one right now.